Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, back again with me, Raehan Anwar. Breaking news this time came from the British royal family, where the sad news was surrounding the family due to the passing of the Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II died on September 8, 2022. Meanwhile, Queen Elizabeth II's funeral was held on September 19, 2022. After undergoing a funeral procession at Westminster Abbey, Queen Elizabeth's body was taken to Windsor Castle for burial, who reigned for 70 years and 240 days. Queen Elizabeth II's body has been buried in the King George VI Memorial Chapel, which is inside St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, London, England. Queen Elizabeth II was buried with her late husband Prince Philip, and her parents King George VI and Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, and her sister Princess Margaret. Reported by the BBC, the series of state funerals began with a service at Westminster Abbey, which was attended by thousands of people. The event then ended with a service at Windsor Castle, which was attended by members of a British royal family. Westminster Abbey is a historic church where the King and Queens of England were crowned, including when Queen Elizabeth II was crowned in 1953. It was also at the location that Queen Elizabeth II, who at the time still held the title Princess Elizabeth, married Prince Philip in 1947. Her son, King Charles III, said the death of his beloved mother was a moment of a great sadness for him and his family, and that her loss would be deeply felt around the world. He said, "We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world." During the coming period of mourning, he said he and his family would be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held. The King and his wife, Camilla, now Queen Consort, will return to London on Friday, Buckingham Palace said. He is expected to address the nation. Senior royals had gathered at Balmoral after the Queen's doctor became concerned about her health earlier in the day. All the Queen's children traveled to Balmoral near Aberdeen after doctors placed the Queen under medical supervision. Her grandson and now heir to the throne, Prince William, and his brother, Prince Harry, also gathered there. Now we want to tell a little bit about Queen Elizabeth's biography. Elizabeth II, in full Elizabeth Alexandra Mary, officially Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of her other realms and territories, Queen, head of the Commonwealth, defender of the faith, born on April 21, 1926, London, England, died on September 8, 2022, in Balmoral Castle, Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland from February 6, 1952 to September 8, 2022. In 2015, she surpassed Victoria to become the longest reigning monarch in British history. Elizabeth was the elder daughter of Prince Albert, Duke of York, and his wife Lady Elizabeth Boyce-Lyons. As the child of a younger son of King George V, the young Elizabeth had a little prospect of acceding to the throne until her uncle Edward VIII abdicated in her father's favor on December 11, 1966, at which time her father became King George VI and she became heir presumptive. The princess' education was supervised by her mother, who entrusted her daughter to a governess. Marian Crawford, the princess, was also grounded in history by C. H. K. Martin, afterward provost of Eton College, and had instruction from visiting teachers in music and language. During the World War II, she and her sister, Princess Margaret Rose perforce spent much of their time safely away from the London Blitz and separate from their parents, living mostly at Balmoral Castle in Scotland and at the Royal Lodge, Windsor and Windsor Castle. Early in 1947, Princess Elizabeth went with the King and Queen to South Africa. After her return, there was an announcement of her betrothal to her distant cousin, Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten of the Royal Navy. Formerly Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark, the marriage took place in Westminster Abbey on November 20, 1947. On the eve of the wedding, her father, the king, conferred upon the bridegroom the titles of Duke of Edinburgh, Earl of Marinette, and Baron Greenwich. They took residence at Clarence House in London. Their first child, Prince Charles Philip Otto George, was born November 14, 1948 at Buckingham Palace. Upon ascending the throne on 6 February 1952, Queen Elizabeth became head of the Commonwealth and Queen of the 7 independent Commonwealth realms, namely the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. The woman who died at Balmoral Castle in Ballater, Scotland, is said to have died of old age. The cause of death is listed as old age. The document was signed by the Queen's daughter, Princess Anne. CNN International World, citing the contents of the certificate, reported Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the latest news today. We will be back again with the interesting news. I am Raehan Anwar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and have a nice day.
Audio Jungle.
I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in a bed.